daily reward. Missed quite a few. Alright, anyway, so pretty much finished everything in Stone Falls. And last time I got the quest, a letter from Deshaan. The Lotus Plague is ravaging the Deshaan countryside. I met someone from a town known as the Serk. He's on his way to warn people about the plague. I promised that I would deliver a letter to Gorvin Dran's cousin. Let her know he's alright and that he made it to Stone Falls. I should be able to find her at the Serk. So that is where I am going next. Which means that I have to find the closest place to that, which is this one right here, the Ashen Roadway Shrine. Travel to there, and then from there go south into Deshaan. Now, as far as I know, Deshaan is kind of smaller than Stone Falls, so it shouldn't have as many quests and stuff. I mean, it'll still have a lot. Has more zone story quests because it has 18, whereas Stone Falls had 16, but I feel like this one won't have as many side quests. But who knows? I mean, we'll see. It's still a pretty big area, so. Alright, so we gotta go south. Alright, here's the gate to Deshaan. This area should be also a lot greener, which is good. Come for the cure. Come one, come all. Come to the quarantine in the town of Serkamora, the Serk, and receive a curative that will protect you from the Lotus Plague. Noble or commoner, rich or poor, the curative is provided at no cost to you. Don't risk yourself or your loved ones. The Maulborn are ready to help you, so whether you are afflicted with the plague or healthy and showing no signs of the disease, the Maulborn curative will make sure you are protected from this dreaded plague. The great houses can't stop this plague. The tribunal has no answers, but the Maulborn have a solution. On this, you have my word. Nostra Breva. Wait, where's this? Is this part of... Oh, that's this one. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go over there. Going into Deshaan. The fertile valleys of Deshaan are home to the lush fungal forests. Looks real nice. I like it already. Pretty cool. Is that ash? Yeah, probably. Probably from Stone Falls, honestly. Is this what? Or Calcamore. Alright, so there's a way shrine right here. Let's grab that real quick.
There you are. It's about time you got here.
Aerona Brendus.
Where have you been? I've been waiting for you to arrive for days now. Hold on. Are you all they sent?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you should start at the beginning.
Didn't the tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Serkamora, the Serk. The Lotus Plague reached us right before the Maulborn arrived. They claim they're here to help, but I don't trust them.
What can I do to help?
In all the confusion, I'm embarrassed to admit that I lost track of my brother, Deshaan. He's the town consul. Yesterday he went to check on the townsfolk afflicted by the plague, but he's disappeared. Can you help me find my brother?
I'll help you find your brother.
Someone in town must know what happened to Deshaan. He loves to visit and chat with all of our neighbors. Come on. The sooner we find my brother, the sooner I can start thinking about dealing with the plague.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Oh, by Vivek! Where are my manners, of course? That's the least I can do since you agreed to help me find my brother. What would you like to know?
You called your brother the town consul. What does that mean?
As the ranking member of House Redoran in this town, he's more or less the one in charge. He's good at it too. The townsfolk look to him for leadership and advice. And truth be told, so do I.
Who are the Maulborn?
The Maulborn. They're a fairly new sect, as far as I can tell. Part mercenary group, part compassionate charity. They'd been helping those afflicted by the plague. They showed up here and set up a quarantine, and now they claim they have a cure.
Where did the Maulborn come from?
They have members from across Morrowind, and they're always looking for new recruits. I heard one of them speak in Kraganmore. Lot of nonsense, if you ask me. Nostrum Breva is in charge at the quarantine, and she's the one handing out the curative.
Tell me about the plague.
You haven't heard about the Lotus Plague? People get sick, turn violent. Some claim they become monsters, but I haven't seen it. At least not
Zombies,
yet.
huh?
The Maulborn have a cure. They promised to fix this. That's why we let them set up their quarantine.
Seems fishy, but alright. And where's this fine Dandrii Dran? Okay, let's take care of this one first, since this
Hey,
is the
you're
one that
going
we
the
got.
wrong way!
Relax, don't worry, man.
Who knew that so many afflicted would flock to the Serk? All these people, they're so sick.
Your cousin asked me to give you this letter.
A letter from my cousin? That's wonderful news. I'm glad to hear he made it to Stonefalls safely. Thanks for bringing this to me, friend. I was so relieved to get that letter from my cousin. Between knowing that he's all right and hearing that the Maulborn have a cure for this plague, I am feeling so much better.
Yeah, I wouldn't celebrate yet. What can you tell me about the Maulborn?
Well, I'm not one of their recruitment liaisons, but I can tell you a little. They claim to be an altruistic organization, formed to help the common people of Morrowind.
Not sure I understand.
What's to understand? They're a volunteer organization. They say they fill the gaps left by the Tribunal and the Great Houses. They set up the quarantine here to help the afflicted. Claim to have a cure for the plague. But that's all I know.
They have a cure for the plague. Why is there even a quarantine? If you have a cure, distribute the cure, and that's it, right? Alright, talk to the Serk Townsfolk. Let's see, there is a Sky Shard nearby. I could grab it real quick before I continue this. So also, it's near this boss, the world boss right here. Not sure. They're fighting it! Yes, they got 1.2 million. Holy crap. This is gonna be a while. Oh, damn. Now to grab Sky Shard. Short Tusk Hunter. There we go. Alright. Now to go back and talk to the Serk Townsfolk. Let me level up real quick. I don't even know what I want at this point. I don't think I have anything that I can level up necessarily. But what's this? Divine Lance. Heavens. Divine Wrath dealing. Ooh. Grab that one. Oh. While I'm at it, let me also grab a meal. And grab a experience roll. Seal of Endeavor. Let's see what else did I get. What's it? Here. It's my daily. Sell 20 items to merchants, loot 1 treasure chest, kill 5 vampires, and complete 1 battleground match. Well, the treasure chest and the items to the merchant I can probably do. Who's following me? Oh, let's check. Alright, so I gotta go inside houses.
My wife's been helping out since she arrived. She's sick, but she still goes out of her way to lend a hand.
Goodbye. The Flan House.
Grell! Grell, are you in here?
Grell?
By the tribunal!
Oh, damn.
Grell!
I knew it! Zombies!
Poor Grell. What in Oblivion's name happened to him? Let's get out of here.
Frickin' zombies. Alright, next one. The Verobar House.
Are you alright?
Doesn't look good.
You look so pale. No wonder my brother wouldn't let me come by to visit.
Don't worry about me. I'll be back on my feet in no time. But what about you? Your brother said that neither of you had taken the curative yet.
Uncle, I'm not sure about these Maulborn, and their curative sounds too good to be true,
Exactly.
but don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself.
Definitely too good to be true.
I see Aerona has conscripted a new soldier into her private army.
Trying to help her find her brother, Deshaan.
Is Deshaan missing? He was by yesterday for a visit. I know he had other stops to make. He did seem concerned about the Maulborn, though. Sealing themselves in their quarantine, no longer providing the curative. It made him furious.
Is there anything we can do for you?
My niece's visit was more than enough. I feel better already. Besides, I've overcome worse ailments than a queasy stomach and a bad cough. I'll be fine.
You sound like shit. Can I ask for a few more questions?
Well, a good conversation is like a hot bowl of guar liver soup. It soothes the aches that ail you. What did you want to ask?
When did the Maulborn arrive in town?
Well, I think it was 12 mornings ago. The day the wild Nix got into the brooding elf's trash receptacles. Nostrum Breva had the quarantine up in a matter of days. Then she started distributing the curative.
What can you tell me about the plague?
They call it the Lodos Plague. Maybe Vivek knows where it came from, but I certainly don't. I can tell you that it's going to have to try harder if it really wants to kill me. Or turn me into some kind of monster, if you can believe the stories.
I mean, I saw it with my own eyes, bro. Are you really Aerona's uncle?
I am a blood kin of House Redderum, if that's what you're asking. More a third cousin twice removed, if you want to be specific. But I've been close to Aerona and her family since she and Deshaan were children.
Alright. Guess that's it. Last person to talk to. It's in this house right here. The Halan house.
By the three, this place smells terrible.
Oh, damn. Alright. You alright there?
Oh, look at me. I'm a terrible mess. You really must excuse my dreadful appearance. I haven't been feeling very well lately. By the way, you haven't seen Nostrum Breva, have you? She promised to bring me more of the Maulborn curative.
I'm afraid not. We're looking for Deshaan. Have you seen him?
Deshaan. The town consul? Such a nice young man. Why, I do recall that he came to see me yesterday. He said he had other townsfolk to check on, but that he would bring me a curative as soon as he could.
What do you know about this Maulborn curative?
The curative? Remarkable stuff. Tastes awful, but wipes the plague right out of your system. One of those delightful Maulborn gave me one a few days ago. Nostrum Breva, she called herself. But I think I need another dosage.
Yeah, I feel like this curative is the thing causing it. Just like that one guy who was experimenting on zombies, the general. To do what is needed. Would you stand by while your village or town burn? Then why do you do nothing while Morrowind suffers? The Tribunal may be too busy to do the right thing, but we're not. The Maulborn, a society of like-minded dark elves who want to help the poor and protect the weak, was formed to take care of the problems that are too mundane, too inconsequential, or too difficult to attract the attention of the Tribunal and its agents. We have a plan for the Lotus Plague ravaging our population. We have a plan for the plague husks terrorizing our towns. We have a plan, and that's more than the great houses or the Tribunal can say, but we can't accomplish our plans without your help. Join the Maulborn and become part of the solution. Our volunteers are already making a difference in such diverse locations as the Serk, the Obsidian Gorge, and the Narcissus Wilderness. We'd be happy to allow you to help us in our important work. Who are the Maulborn? We're your friends and neighbors, your cousins, your sons and daughters. We're the gathering storm and the strong arm of the judgment. We're the cleansing wind that will soon blow across the entirety of Morrowind. We are healers and wizards and warriors and caregivers. We are the Maulborn, and we are you. Come make a difference. Come join the Maulborn. Our recruitment liaisons are anxious to meet you. Interesting. Talk to Aerona. Alright, come here.
The sicker people get, the more incoherent they become, and now it looks like the rumors are true. The Lotus Plague does turn people into monsters. I don't think we're ever going to find my brother.
Maybe we should pay a visit to the Maulborn quarantine.
The quarantine? I guess it makes sense that Dethesam would want to go see what the Maulborn are doing in there. And I've yet to see any evidence that the curative works. Alright,
Seriously.
if you want to go to the quarantine, I'll go with you.
Tell me what you know about the quarantine.
The Maulborn set up the quarantine around the old graveyard. In the beginning, they were letting people inside and freely distributing the curative, but they closed the front gate a few days ago and haven't responded to any of our requests.
Any ideas on how we can get in there?
Dethesam provided them with the old graveyard key when they first arrived, and I've seen Maulborn coming and going through the back gate. If we go to the back gate, I'm sure we can get one of the Maulborn to let us inside.
Oh yeah, sure. Not as simple as just asking them, like, hey, can we go? Not without a fight, that's for sure. Find the old graveyard key.
If it doesn't work, you should know I've always...
So this looks like the quarantine. That's why it's all barricaded.
It's just like I told you. The Maulborn are using the back gate. Let's see if one of them has the key.
And they're evil. Who would have thought?
Hey! What are you idiots doing? Do we look like plague husks to you? Did you see that? They attacked us. And for no good reason. Let's find the key and see what the Maulborn are hiding in there.
Enter the Maulborn quarantine. Oh. Zombies everywhere. Why am I not surprised?
You have to
Who are you?
open those gates eventually, you swits!
Nylene Lore.
What are they up to in there? And why won't they let me get a look at their curative? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you standing there through the haze of my indignation. Can I help you? No, wait! You can help me.
So you didn't see me standing there, but yet you're talking to yourself? Cool. How can I help you?
I'm the town alchemist, and I want to get a sample of the Maulborn curative. They refuse to give me any, Proprietary formula, they said. Well, I want to figure out what's in this miracle elixir. I don't trust anything labeled proprietary.
You want me to get the curative?
Do you always skip ahead in the story? No one has an iota of patience anymore. But yes, I need a few bottles of the curative. I'm sure you'll be able to find some inside the quarantine. Then we'll see what's in this proprietary formula.
Very well, I'll try to get a few bottles of the curative for you.
Just watch your step in there. I don't trust these Maulborn or their good intentions.
Can I ask you a few questions?
As long as you promise to collect the curatives as soon as we're done, ask away.
What do you know about the Maulborn?
Not much. They say they're here to help, but they certainly don't act like any charitable caregivers I ever met. I don't trust them. Which is why I want to find out what's in the curative they're pushing on the populace.
Tell me about the Maulborn curative.
There's not much to tell. They claim the elixir is a cure for the Lodos plague, but I haven't seen anyone recover from the illness yet. But I could tell you more once you get me a few samples of the curative to examine.
What do you do in town?
I'm an alchemist. I took over for Arnis when he retired. I also have a bit of training as a healer. Before the Maulborn arrived, I was the one the townsfolk came to see when they got sick.
Alright.